Thank you for posting your post. Looking with genetics and development. The biggest problem is with, and this is for TUBB2A or TUBB2A. The biggest problem is that people dealing with a diagnosis is that you have the diagnosis. Now, the diagnosis is there for medical complication. It is not there for development. But people start Googling this stuff, and I hate to say it this way, you start taking Xanax. If you have a heavy duty disorder, don't Google it. You know what I mean? If you have a strong stomach, I used to be pretty clear. Under 2, I was only on my child. I was only on my child for milestone development. 2 to 5, we can start looking a little bit further and whatever. There's no marches, there's no fundraisers, no nothing. Right now, you've got to save your family and you've got to save your child. And I mean save literally and figuratively. That's your priority. It really is. You can go crazy with all, and I get it. Get involved when your kid's more stable. Get involved when you're more stable. And so a lot of people, I think if their kids were to get cured, you'd think like, what am I going to do with the cause? The cause is not there for under 5. I'm sorry. I don't mean to sound heartless. Me keeping your family together as much as possible, you together, and all your sanity is the most important thing that I have for your child. Your child has to be medically stable. Your child has to be visually stable. Your child has to be movement stable. Okay, that being said, though, too, guys, I'm all for other stuff. I get it. I'm not the only modality out there. I don't have a problem with it. However, I'm not an expert in everything. I've done a lot. Some I am an expert, but also please realize people are here for movement lesson, and that's their course of action at this moment. So I'm not going to entertain on groups. It's not that I don't like you, or it's like, oh, it's only, I get threatened. It's only movement lesson. Listen, at the end of the day, I only have 40 hours on the block, and same with everybody else. However, where I am at it about, you have a child right now that's legally blind and you're not getting help that you deserve. So I need to see the ophthalmologist report. Plus, you've got fine and gross motor skills. But without that vision, the fine and gross motor skills, forget the diagnosis. Again, the diagnosis is there for medical, but at the same time now we're going to deal with your child's development. And you got a problem. But, if you start dealing with these other modalities, I'm going to tell you right now, they don't deal with vision. First of all, and you've got a child, so that's what was lying down. And second of all, thinking outside the box, I'm a little concerned that maybe she has a bit of a brachial injury that it wasn't addressed coming out, and that's why I wanted a video of her lying down. So you're looking for head control without any kind of pelvic activity because you don't have it through the upper thorax or the upper chest cavity because of a brachial injury. This is one of those things that I probably should do a screen record and go over it, but it's not. This is it. I can't go on my computer and do a live and to edit and do all that. It's just, again, this is why I do these things for free. So you're first of all working on, I need to see an ophthalmologist report yesterday. Forget the CVI. CVI is the last thing on your totem pole. I'm a CVI expert. I have my own CVI scale. We can go there. I'm not saying she doesn't have it, but she doesn't have binocular vision. She does not have convergence. She needs glasses desperately. I'll eat my hat if she doesn't, because again, you don't see the spinal movements if she had vision. So right now she's pretty close to legally blind, and we've got to help that. I want to see her ophthalmologist report yesterday to see who's looked at those eyes and if they're being looked at for glasses. Because lots of times with special needs, again, you might hear eyes are fine, meaning, optic nerve, blah, 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 or retinas, blah, 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 but they're not telling you how the eyes are functioning in vision because they're looking at her diagnosis and going like, have a nice day. That's not the position you want to be in. So again, it's not that she can't hold her head up. So there's nothing to look at to hold her head up. And that's where I want to go after the vision. So I want an ophthalmologist, reports, notes, whatever it is, ASAP. Then we'll see where the CVI is at. I don't care what. Right now, we've got to work on that eye coming in, the esotropia, way more than we have to work with the CVI. CVI, you can have environmental complexities, structure of the eye, and neurological complexities. You can have 1 of 3 or 3 of 3. So when you have cortical visual impairment, of course she's not processing right because she can't see. Right? So her brain doesn't even have a chance. This is like saying this is 5, this is 5, this is 5, this is 5. Oh, she doesn't get that that's 5. Well, no, because every time she moves in a different position, 5 changes. And that's what we have to look at. So, but again, and the jumping at the CVI, she just doesn't have functional vision. And so I need that. You need that. You have to understand, folks, how your child is processing. And not understanding a visual report is one of the biggest travesties that parents can have. And it just doesn't, it just takes your strength away. You just are weak. And so with that too, is since she doesn't have convergence, it's really hard for her to have a pubic bone strike. And so everybody's going after that she's low tone. She's not low tone. She doesn't have the vision. And then the next thing I'll be working at is doing my breathing course and a tummy time course, but with the association of she has a brachial injury within the upper thorax, and that's what throwing her off. If I knew more of her history, maybe if she had a PICC line, something like that, could also cause a brachial injury. But those are your number one priorities. I want a follow-up video or information ASAP on the ophthalmologist, and then a follow-up video within 2 weeks to see what's going on. You cannot wait for external services on this. You can go to all the different stuff you want, but if you don't have continuity of care, but I can tell you right now, nobody's looked at those things with your child, and that's why you're frustrated to go get out. You're just looking for visual markers of head control and independent sitting, with support, and calling it a day. This is not your fault. This is what traditional therapies are looking at, and your daughter needs more help than that. And but you're not getting it, so she's not getting it, and so that way we can get in and get your home program going and get her a lot stronger. I don't mean by muscle increase, but able to do the movements. Thanks.